According to a recent ABC News Washington Post poll, the top two issues for registered voters in this year's midterm elections: the economy and inflation.
And the latest inflation report shows this September consumers paid 8.2% more in goods and services than they did a year ago, and that translates to an extra $445 a month per household. So here to discuss what kind of impact this will have on midterm elections is ABC's chief business correspondent Rebecca Jarvis, and from Washington we have ABC News political director Rick Klein. Welcome to both of you. But Rebecca, I'm going to begin with you. Let's talk about the services and the goods that are most increased because of this inflation. Where are people paying more and for what?
Well, it's very persistent and it's pervasive, Amy and TJ, and that's part of the issue because it's really across the board. You have your grocery shopping that costs you more, rents are costing more, daycare costs are costing more. If you walk down any aisle in the grocery store, you're going to see this. Coffee prices and dairy up almost 16%, chicken up more than 17%. A carton of eggs today going to cost you almost $3. That is up 57.6% from a year ago. And as you said, it all adds up. $445 a month. Addition in your budget, that is tight for a lot of families.
The other thing, gas prices. Look, they were down for a little while, and they start ticking back up. Where are we, and where's the train going to go?
The train continues to rise, and that's a tough thing because gas prices had been one of the areas that was offering some relief. Now in the last month, prices are up about 20 cents nationwide. We're heading back towards that $4 a gallon mark, still below it. And the issue is OPEC. OPEC has been cutting supplies. That's going to continue on. And then there's also the issues with Russia. As a lot of Europe transfers over and away from Russian oil, that means more pressure on the overall supplies. That drives up prices in winter when people are paying more to heat their homes and everything else.
Something that's going up that actually is a good thing, Social Security benefits. How does that impact most people?
So if you are collecting Social Security, especially this inflation is hard for retirees because you're on a fixed budget. So Social Security is going up 8.7%. That equates to a monthly benefit of about $1,827. That still isn't going to cover all of these price increases, but it's certainly useful. Medical care is one of the big areas of increases, and that is going down. The Medicare Plan B benefit, they are decreasing the premiums associated with that. So again, it's going to help retirees, but it's not the whole thing. It's not a silver bullet.
All right, let's bring in Rick Klein here now. Inflation, we've been talking about it for so long, and people certainly are feeling it, but according to the ABC News Washington Post poll, it seems like most Americans think that Republicans would do a better job of handling inflation compared to Democrats. How is that number that we have on screen right now going to play into the midterm?
The Democrats are in power, and that might make for a perfect political storm of rising prices, as well as a sinking stock market. It's not that voters don't care about other issues, and Democrats are spending a lot of time talking about abortion rights, talking about the environment, about health care, even the future of democracy. But the thing with inflation, TJ, is it hits you every day. You go around a grocery store, as Rebecca pointed out. Every time you even drive past a gas station, you have a visible reminder of where prices are going, and that just adds up to a volatile political issue. And it's not that every election turns on the economy, but it is the easiest place for an election to default. And as long as high prices are top of mind issue, it's just very hard for the incumbent party to overcome that.
Yeah, and like you say, Rick, this affects everybody. But are there specific midterm races that are going to be most impacted by these inflation numbers?
It's really interesting if you dive into the numbers because some of the places that have the highest inflation also have some of the hottest political races this year. A recent government report said that it was Phoenix, Arizona that had the highest inflation anywhere in the country, and there's a very big Senate race and a big gubernatorial race there. Other places where inflation is higher than national average include places like Michigan, Texas, Georgia, Florida, all places that have very big races that could determine control of the House and the Senate. It could also help Republicans in places that they haven't traditionally been that competitive. Colorado and Washington State, two other places just being battered by inflation.
One other thing here on the inflation front, President Biden just flat out said if Republicans win, inflation is going to get worse. Is that messaging getting through in any way? And is Republican messaging working as well, saying, hey, this is the party in power and inflation, this is what's happening to your wallets?
Everything that the Democrats are doing right now is trying to make this election a choice versus a referendum. If it's just a referendum on the party in power and we're talking about the economy, that's not good news for Democrats. But if it's a choice between what the Republicans did before and what they might do again, that's how Democrats at least have a fighting chance. There isn't a lot in the polling that would suggest that voters are giving Democrats much credit for their handling of the economy, and they've done a lot of spending. Some say it may have even made inflation worse, but to not be able to show those tangible benefits is a tough part of it. They're going to do what they can these next couple of weeks to try to show people that things are getting getting better, and that, in their view, Republicans would make it worse.
All right, Rick Klein, we always love having you. Rebecca, we'd love to have you more. Apparently, this is your first time on set here.
Yes.
So good, you guys.
Well, what took you so long?
I've been holding out. I'll be back.
She's tough to book.
Yeah, she is. She is.
All
We
right.
appreciate it.
Thank you. And of course, we want you to know you can actually see Rick. He guides our ABC News campaign reporters embedded in battleground states, along with George Stephanopoulos on Hulu's Power Trip. New episodes air every Sunday. All right, thanks to you both.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.